rolling here. This is track number 3 for the year. I started up again in October. My plan is to do eight or so bites this winter, and then in spring pull the plug and take the summer off to enjoy the summer and everything we can do there. Probably some camping, and we want to do some bike trips this year. So that's the plan, and it's going really well. I mean, this bike here took about 2 weeks to get to this point. We're just diddling now with paint design, trying to figure out how we're going to accent this. He wants to put a little orange on it, so trying to come up with something that looks good and everybody's happy with. So we're going to work on that a little bit here for the next day or two. And then this one will go to paint, and then I got a couple more coming in right after it. But instead of talking about my stuff here, I think I'm going to talk about something a little bit different today. I'm a pretty exciting guy. You know, my evenings, I don't watch standard TV. In fact, we don't have, we disconnected our cable TV altogether because I just got sick of endless commercials. So we do all internet TV stuff, Hulu, Netflix, you know, Amazon Prime, and so there's plenty of stuff to watch without commercials, which is awful nice. But I watch a lot of YouTube stuff, and I do a lot of educational stuff, believe it or not. You know, welding techniques, engineering, I do a lot of that stuff. And lately, the last couple of weeks or so, actually the last year, I've been pretty involved in kind of watching electric vehicles. And it's surprising how much there is out there. There's, you know, everybody knows about Tesla, you know, the largest electric car manufacturer in the US by far. And Tesla is the leader. I mean, they've come up with some motor designs, battery designs, I mean, the whole gamut. They're 5 years ahead of everybody. But Ford is doing pretty well, you know. I think Ford and Tesla are going to dominate the US market in the next year or two. And who knows, I think Chrysler and GM, they're going to be in huge trouble. A lot of Chinese manufacturers, BYD, they're a big one that's coming in. BYD stands for Build Your Dream, kind of like LG, which is a Lucky Gold Star. So they have these clever little names, I guess. But one that really intrigued me was Aptera. Aptera is a three-wheeled, it's a reverse trike vehicle. It's totally electric. It's got hub motors, which is a good design. Everything, excuse me, everything I saw related to their design makes a lot of sense. I think they approached it completely different. What they did is, instead of doing what everybody else does, which is take the cars that we're used to, or SUVs. You know, if you look at SUVs, it's pretty hard at a glance to tell a Chevy from a Ford, from a Jeep. You know, they all kind of look the same. The sedans all kind of look the same. And we're used to that. You know, I ran into that when I first started doing this, is you mentioned trike, and they right away, well, the wheels have to go on the back. And why do the wheels have to go on the back? Well, because that's the way it's always been done. Doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it was always done, so that's what we expect to see, and because we expect to see it, we automatically are against something that's out of the ordinary. That's just standard. Most people feel that way. It takes a while for people to come around and look at something and say, well, from an engineering standpoint, it makes more sense, but I like the looks, you know. So what's more important, the look or the function? You know, it's fashion over function. Which way you got to pick one or the other, or you have to compromise. And to compromise means you give up something and try to find the middle ground. Aptera, what they did, and Aptera is a Greek word for no wings or wingless, because what it basically is an airplane without wings. It's got a 0.6 aerodynamic rating, or the drag factor, is 0.6, which is extremely good. They're claiming 1,000 miles to a charge. They're covered with solar cells, so if you park in the sun, you can gain up to 40 miles of distance just by parking it outside. So if you have a 30-mile commute, you park it outside all day, and when you're going home, you're going to have a little extra electricity when you get home. So technically, if it's always sunny, you never have to plug it in. So that's kind of a slick deal. It's a little bit bare bones, but it's a different look. I mean, it looks like an airplane. I will put a link in the description to a couple Aptera videos, and I think, you know, it's just worth looking at it. Personally, I would love to have one. I think it's just the most marvelous idea because it's designed 100% for efficiency and 100% to get the most out of that battery with the least amount of expenditure. So the tires are going to last longer. The maintenance is going to be like zero. I just thought it was a pretty intriguing deal. And I think, you know, the market, within 5 years, you're not going to be able to buy an ICE vehicle. And ICE stands for internal combustion engine vehicle. They're just not going to be available. If you're not making electric cars, you're not going to sell cars. That's just the way it's going to work. There's a lot of legacy cars out there, people who want to keep the ICE cars. You know, I've got a couple, I'm keeping them. You know, I'm not going to throw away my cars and quickly convert to electric. For one thing, every day they get better. You know, so do you want to buy one and then have it be obsolete before you even get home? So, you know, that's part of the deal too. And the price is going to come down. And I think the Apteras right now, they qualify for $10,000 rebate for energy, which is a great plan. So you can get one for about $17,000, which I think is right in the ballpark there for a nice little two-seater commuter chase around thing. And it's really marketed as a sport utility vehicle, meaning you can take it. They got a little tent that you can add to the back of the hatch to make it and camp in the thing. So I think they've come up with a pretty good idea. You've checked out the videos and see what you think. But I'm kind of wondering if Honda's going to come out with an electric motorcycle. Whichever motorcycle comes out with a good electric motorcycle, I think the timing's getting to be pretty good. I think we all realize the Harleys and the V-twins and that type of nostalgia machine, the Indians, their market's getting tougher and tougher. The younger people don't want to get into that, especially. They want sport touring, they want, you know, more sporty stuff, you know, young couples. Goldwings are kind of the same way, you know, they don't really, I think the age bracket for Goldwing is lower than for the Harleys and the Indians and those. I think the Harleys, Indians, and those are more 50 and up, and I think the Goldwing, I think you're looking at 40 and up. So it's a little bit broader market because this is, you know, a little bit on the sportier side, I guess I would say. And for two-up comfort, you know, it's pretty hard to beat. So I don't know. You know, it's intriguing. I'm really interested in what's going to happen in the next couple of years. I think we're certainly going to see a revolution in the automaking industry. And I'm really amazed at how many cars are produced every year. Millions and millions of cars every year by all these companies. Tesla's got, well, they're going on 5 gigafactories. One of them is going to be strictly for solar cells, for their solar projects. The other 4 are going to be cars, and they got the gigafactories. They figured, you know, you got to give them credit. They've done well. So anyway, that's my scoop of the day here. It's just really catches my eye when I see a reverse trike, you know, like the slingshots and those. and the auto cars, the auto cycles, see them come to market, and I'm curious to see how well they're going to do and that kind of thing. On a little side note, remember Elio? They're still there. They said they're going to build this three-wheel car. They made all these claims about they're going to get 80 miles to a gallon. They never had an engine. I don't know how you make the claim you're going to get 80 miles to a gallon when you don't even have a motor. But they're still in there. Now they're talking about doing it in electric. So the saga continues. Like I say, it's interesting stuff. Just something I do to pass time. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a little bit of a different swing at things here. We're in the midst of a blizzard. We're supposed to get somewhere between 1 and 12 feet. Kind of narrowed it in there a little bit, depending on the weather. So we're going to get a bunch of weather today. It's snowing pretty good, and give me a chance to clean the shop a little bit, lay out some paint designs here for the owner, and prep up for the weekend, because today is Friday and it's got 2:30, so kind of pulling an early day here. But if I don't do another video here pretty soon, anybody watching, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, enjoy the holidays, all that stuff, okay? Thanks for watching.